Hello everyone, nice to meet you. So I have in my hand a collection of letters like this one, all dusty and fascinating letters that tell the adventure of Annabelle Underwood and take place at the beginning of the 20th century. In this video, all you have to do is listen and enjoy the story. I also created a cover for each video like this one. You can tell me what you think in the comment and of course about the story too. And one more thing, I prefer to warn you, but English is not my mother tongue. I promise I will try to improve as quickly as I can, and with the acting too. So now you know everything, shall we begin? This story is called One Danger Can Hide Another. So I will now summarize the first part for you, and if you like, you can find the first part in the description. So, about the luxurious ocean liner Mauritania. Annabelle Underwood set course for the most daring expedition of her life to reach the North Pole and enter history. But between the first-class corridors and those windswept promenades, a series of accidents, as particular as their improbable, strike Hayden Green, the expedition photographer. A rope coming loose at the worst possible moments, objects falling for no reason, a shove on an empty staircase, too many coincidences in too little time, bad luck, a curse, or a human hand. As passengers crossed paths, sighs one another up, and exchanged polite greetings as if nothing were wrong, the journalists understand that an invisible danger is hiding behind closed doors, neighboring cabins, and well-mannered smile. An investigation begins in the middle of the sea, far from help, where no one can flee, and where the next mistake can finally be fatal. So now I'm reading the letter again. Thus, as usual, I inspected and questioned, hoping to find answers. I tore the liner far and wide, from top to bottom, so as not to neglect any area. I passed again by each place where one of the accidents had occurred. I forgot no one, neither the crew nor the hollymakers. Some seemed surprised by my question, others amused, but most play along. The captain, having given me the authorization, allowed me to move about the ship as I please. I also asked him whenever one of his sailors could accompany Mr. Green until the problem was resolved. He seemed displeased by my request, for every man counted, but he accepted anyway, only until the next day. I assured him that the problem would be solved by tomorrow morning, at breakfast, at the latest. People being in transit and not having much to do with their time, tongues loosened more easily than usual. Here, nothing was urgent. They were all stuck in this liner anyway. By the end of the day, I had finally gathered all the elements necessary for my conclusion the next morning. The irrefutable proof should not be long in coming. Just a little patience of my part. In the evening, I met Mr. Green at the table in the company of the sailor who had accompanied him all day. When I arrived, the sailor took his leave to return to his post. Mr. Green, at my request, had spent the day developing the various photographs he had taken so far by setting up a dark room in his cabin with the sailor's help. He told me about his day and the difficulties of developing in such a small space. I was quietly looking at the prints when our meal was served. At that moment, Lord John and his wife invited themselves to our table, and we spent a pleasant meal in their company, looking at the photograph and talking about this and that. At coffee, I had suggested to Mr. Green, who continued to be convinced that spirits are not humans, wish him harm, that I read his fortune in the card. Fear and suspicions seemed to have taken over his mind that had seemed so rational when we first met. He laughed loudly, astonished by my suggestion, and even more astonished that I was able to do it. A distraction like any other, I told him. And time is long. We might as well have some fun to take our minds off things tonight. You know, with cards, it is all a matter of interpretation and reading. And so, Mr. Green drew the 10 of Swords upright, a symbol of crisis, betrayal, on a painful stage. Then the tower, also upright, representing chaos and an accident to come, a sign of ill omen ahead. And finally, the wheel reversed, a sign of bad luck and negative force around him, a very grubby spread full of omniscience potence. Everyone watched me in silence at these revelations, and I then offered to read Lord John's future as well, and his wife's. He accepted gladly, while she declined with a nod of her head. Her eyes betrayed a certain anxiety. Lord John drew, the lover upright, a symbol of an uncombing moral choice and of understanding our union. The devil reversed, a sign of liberation, wisdom, or awakening in a world filled with trials. And finally, the two of wands, upright, a symbol of a choice about the future, or moving forward without hesitation, a recent positive omen, full of wisdom for what lies ahead. After that, tired, I decided to leave the meal and let the two of them play cards together, and I had all the elements in my possession. I simply had to put them back in the right order for the next morning. Thus, before returning to my cabin, I returned to the captain's to tell him my promise would be kept. His sailor service were no longer required. It was simply necessary that he, as well as all the first-class occupants, be seated at 8 o'clock sharp the next morning in the dining room, so that I could close this matter in everyone's presence. He tried to extract information from me, but you know me, nothing would make me give in. After a few moments, we part, shaking hands. The night was sumptuous and deep. I love those nights before the great revelations, before the shock strikes the crowd, and the Cupid is denounced. Nothing disturbed my sleep until dawn, to my great delight. The next morning, at my request, everyone was present. I arrived somewhat late, deliberately, giving the last latecomer time to sit down. Everyone stood in the lower part of the dining room, while I stood alone on the upper level. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize in advance for delaying your breakfast, and I promise to be as quick as possible so you can fill your bellies with the delicious dishes the kitchen has been kind enough to prepare for you. But before that, we have a mystery to solve together. I will need the help of some of you, and above all, your attention. And please, I beg you, do not interrupt me. If you have questions, it will be at the end, period. But let us begin, if you will, because my stomach is beginning, like many of you, to cry out with hunger. In this story, there is no ghost, no malicious spirits, just two ill-intentioned people. I am speaking, of course, of you, Lord Jones, and your wife, or rather, the one who claims to be. But let us go back, if you will, to the day of the famous fire that disfigured your dear wife forever, and in which your best friend perished, Mr. Mariner. His wife, like you, came out of it unscratched, without any injury. Your entire house died in the flame, hence your decision to leave for New York City to start your life over there with your wife, and also to escape the scandal. In fact, rumors has been circulating for some time. Mrs. Marino would be more than your best friend's wife. She would be your mistress. Would she not? It is known that you never truly loved your wife, so devout and so austere. She is not in your taste, but her money is much more to your liking. So, the two of you devised this Machiavellian plan, staging your past death as an accident, an unfortunate fire, except your wife, though badly burned, survived. The plan did not go as expected, and the day before, you had booked 2 tickets on this liner. Surprising, it is not, when you claim it was that unfortunate fire that drove you to leave for the New World. Bad timing. But this setback was not going to stop our two lovers. No, you were far too close to the goal. So, on the eve of the departure, you decided to kill her by stabbing her violently in the back. Afterward, you hide her in a suitcase. Mrs. Marino, for his part, or her part. When you board, Mr. Green was photographing the passengers embarking, and you can clearly be seen with 4 suitcases, not 3. First piece of evidence. Yet, when we inspected your cabin, that 4 suitcases, which contain your wife's body, has been thrown into the sea. Furthermore, you deliberately waited to be assisted by Mr. Thomas. With a broken wrist, he could only partially help you carry the suitcase. You took advantage of his temporary disability to play the helpful person and assist him. In truth, you wanted to ensure you carry the heaviest suitcase yourself, the one containing the body. You didn't want the weight to alert anyone, so you helped him all the way to your cabin, and any suspicion was avoided on that point. At night, you waited for the light on the deck and the promenade to be turned off, and for no one to be around to throw the suitcase overboard. But as you were on your way back, you saw that fool, Mr. Green, pardon my expression, a bit too tipsy, it is true. He mistook the cabin. You had purposely not locked the door, so as not to arouse suspicion by making noise with the lock. But Mr. Green saw Mrs. Marino without her bandage. That mistake could cost you everything. Second piece of evidence. It is a disaster, so close to the goal. So, you tell yourself the simplest solution is to eliminate him. Never 2 without 3, as they say. That is where the succession of mysterious incidents begin, and what must admit. Either you truly have no luck, or Mr. Green has quite a lucky star watching over him. In short, first, you cut a large rope on the deck. With the wind, you hope it will strike your victim head-on, but he is safe. You then attempt to murder him by throwing a vase at him from the first level of the dining room. But once again, his reflexes save him. The same happens when you try to perch him from the top of the stairs. He managed to catch himself. So you try another approach. By getting closer to him, you hope to find a surer way to kill him. Knowing his routine, his habits, and his weaknesses may help you find a solution. But you are truly a poor assassin. You try the vase trick again, and this time it is Mrs. Marino who throws it, then flees via the service staircase to return to your cabin and avoid suspicion. Missed again. But at the least, we recover the incriminating photograph. Or so you think. While I was reading Mr. Green's future in his hand, you try to retrieve that photograph discreetly. Everyone's eyes were fixed on me. It was not difficult. That is why I then asked whenever you'd like me to read your future. I simply wanted to recover the stolen photograph and have a little fun too, I must confess. It was delicious to see your reaction to my card reading. That gave you confidence. And you told yourself, if I must kill him, it will be tonight. Thus, I withdrew after recovering the incriminating photograph, which I have here in my hand. You stayed to play and drink with Mr. Green before returning to your respective cabins. You poured a significant portion of the sleeping liquid, the one you have left to help your burned wife sleep, into Mr. Green's glass, enough to kill a man, to cause an overdose. Your mistress went to fetch it discreetly during the evening. That what you didn't know is that just before I had gone into your cabin to empty the vial and fill it with water. Thus, Mr. Green drank only an extremely diluted whiskey. I am sorry, Mr. Green, for having used you as a bait. But I wanted to be sure those two would not escape justice and would not lie by attempting to murder you together. They proved they had imagined the whole scheme together, not separately. I fear Lord Jones or Mrs. Marino might confess alone, out of love. I wanted to show their true nature, ready to kill anyone to protect their desire, or that they might accuse one another, making conviction impossible and leaving them free of any crime. I wanted to catch them both red-handed. I hope you will forgive me. That is how this case was solved. But to tell you the truth, I had guessed from the beginning that Lord Rune's wife was not his true spouse. Her reputation for simplicity preceded her, and I found it strange to see her dressed in the latest fashion and performed that way. And then the eyes. She was supposed to hate games, and yet she could not take her eyes off her lover's card, the bet, the winning. I could cite many more inconsistencies about the couple, but I think you understand the idea. After my revelation, the young woman removed her bandage, and Mr. Green assured me it was indeed the same person he had seen when he entered the wrong cabin. During the rest of the voyage, everything went without any more incidents. The two lovers were arrested and imprisoned upon our arrival in New York City, while Mr. Green and I continued our journey toward our next destination. He didn't hold it against me for having used him as a bait. On the contrary, he laughed about it more than anything. He was flattered to have played an important part in one of my investigations. It's great if you take it that way, because I would have hated to have to apologize even more. I hope you enjoy the whole story. I know it is not one of my most exciting or the most complex I have solved, but it's entertained me during the crossing aboard the Mauritania. See you very soon, my dear. Annabelle Underwood. And that's all for today. Thank you again for listening and watching the video right to the end. Please don't hesitate to subscribe and give the video a like. And see you soon for more adventure of Annabelle Underwood.